When I work in Japan, made some statement. I'm Obakai. I said, these people, referring to this government, they are looting Ghana as if there's no tomorrow. And when they loot, they send the money outside. This is Kennedy Japan's own statement. Nobody forced him to say it. Because no more. He is there with them. He said they are looting. You see, the difference between stealing and looting is that when somebody is stealing or taking nkansah, looting, or just or and that is why today, if you go to our hospitals, people are suffering. If you go to our schools, children are lying on their belly to write because the money is with some people. We can't build a nation like that. You can't give this nation to political parties to take control, absolute control.
Okay.
Let's build a society where there will be equal opportunity. Tell me, I have 2 kids. There are 2 girls, 2 boys. My girls, we are fighting for a system. Politicians wouldn't have to sleep with my daughter before but what in American has we want a system that will provide equal opportunity for every Ghanaian child who wear school. Let's say who apply in a forward. You better get a job to do. If the unemployment rate in Ghana now, over 14.something%, quite alarming. It's a national security issue. Cost of living in Ghana now, Evans. You go to the market, we know what I'm talking about. Cost of doing business in Ghana. Look at inflation rate, look at the exchange rate, and look at what is happening with interest rate. Are we a businessman? You can't even borrow. Because political parties, that is where they get their strength. And young mama, there are people just about 7 years ago, car time for Muntuminto. No, more rent to Muntumintia. Today they own houses and they own cars. Oh, this government appointees. And nobody questions them. Nobody questions them. And we can't develop a nation like that, where people come and capture the state for themselves for 8 years. After that, they go. Other one comes 8 years. I say cycle. It's a member power. Nami say, you say 8 years, Michael. So what do, Evans? I steal enough to make sure that my co-opposition, I best my opposition. And until some of us believe say this election is about the personalities. Mr. Alanchamanton, Alaji Bawumia, Mr. Mahama, Chada, whoever. Let's examine them as individuals. Before I'm a politician, they be a boy. Because who be a politician, you can fake. And people fake all the time. They become humble when they are not humble. They become sober when they are not sober because they won't pay to me. I'm a politician. Checking out no broad boy, I'll just a signing per way. The Ghana 2 mission is obey to me. I shall so. And any no here, and it's not baby here to see. I say it's not about party politics, it's about Ghana. We are building a nation. And some catcher will say there's something wrong with what is happening. What is even worse is the system you are practicing. Evans, let's be honest. Winner takes all system. Acquire 8-year cycle of state capture. And this no meaning everything from contract to scholarship to recruitment to employment to appointment. Everything we are on a chefa. And you say part of me no chefo. Kuma bin kofo kuma bin no gusru no. Omo no che na omo no mobusuafo. Nti omo cha 8 years omo kwa na say MPP so ba. No more so about the same thing. Into a 8 years cycle since 92. We reach 16 years. We reach 16 years. Now, Oman Bias, after 32 years, that's a Uchi. Obisan will say, Bra mo boy, Sabi, Akoye and Ankoye. Bibi actually say, after 32 years, this country has never been governed properly. We could have done far better than where we are now.
Okay.
And see, me say per se you move forward. You share how to correct this system. You be said question last Black Star or Central African Republic Even I mean to Ghana, young for Kotoko players and Kobo matching. And as young for how to folk play and Kobo matching. And also Olympics and Mediama players. But what did we do? We selected the best players in this country. You call Kotokoma, you take the best. You call Hatsma, you take the best. You call Amononia. Ghana for no, you select the best. No more forming national team. No more representing Ghana. Because Omuminia and Yije Baba Ghana. but what in America say I didn't think a ben economy there near the economy in a party back on sa so mu nimpo obetumi ayo omu nimpo obetumi ayo na nyina akwa akoda omu manager omu prayer in the end IMF in the end dumso painful see nyansa nyi baako fote say this crowd betumi aya and after 16 years omunya opportunity nka Ghana ntisa and people crowd betumi aya nka Ghana ntisa nti yen na support him as an enchamanto we support him because instead of the winner takes all system no yen dey say ya the nkaboma ban a government of national unity na eba and say you call NDC ma we select the best in NDC, the best in MPP, the best was CPP, ahimfo, asofo, professors and doctors, some UCC, we pick the best from there. Civil society organizations, labor union, get the best from there. Ghana form IMF, World Bank, any UN, any other bodies, bring them home. Put your best together, like the way you form a national team. Now, I'm manage this country. Now, winner takes all. Because if you have all these people coming together, then you have a true representation of people from different angles. A dream beer. Sabi, our political party. Even what he must say. Instead of call a country like Benin, which used to be a very poor country. We knew Benin about voodoo, spiritual, in Zaman Nyoma, and then Evans Benyoka say, Benin, in the last 18 years, Benin has developed, has grown from, they are still, if you like, developing country, but since in the last 18 years, Benin, independent president, no mudi or minus. First, it was Thomas Yayibone. After political party, Kereku, no issues, no say, okay, enough is enough. No more to Mabama independent president for the first time, Thomas Yayibone. Omoto man no 21st 5 years, omo 5 years. O 25 years you know. No go for say, this is the best. Because I didn't come puntu about my no. Njomo another 5 years. O 10 years you know. Benin for ASEA to almost sign to Obama another independent president. I find Patrice Talon. We know can say Benin president, we try the first 5 years, or try the last 5 years. Benin's economy is now considered one of the fastest growing economies in the world, not in Africa, in the world. Evans, what is more painful? They say Benin only depends on cotton and cashew. Cotton and cashew. This is what that is their resources. The developer economy. We have gold, we have cocoa, we have bauxite, we have manganese. We mention all the resources. MNDA will be. Yet Ghana, as I speak, businessman or Benin or Kobobosa, interest rate is not up to 7%. Businessman or Ghana or Kobobosa, interest rate 35 to 40%. One is managing properly. One is mismanaging properly. That's the difference. That's why we are saying that. Say the main NDC MPP football ball ba ye bugu o man. Atofo se na asema wakọ to say NDC for now say he is right. MPP for now say he is wrong. Dan say Senate then Senate hotels are you see here ton. MPP for now so there's nothing wrong with it. MPP for so there's everything wrong with it. The minor NDC MPP nanke registration keke transfer of vote keke so into because political parties that is where they get their strength.
All right, so Mr. Bachman, I think say why enumerate number of issues say do no the Ghana for na yedim sem dada 5 minutes e dey na Alan Kwadwo chairman team ebeye say Ghana for nya ne mugidie na on fa to me nhyɛ ne nsam edien na momo beye na mode asesasa anema we nyina 5 minutes.
Yes, Evans. So we study Mr. Alanchaman in GTP. Look at baby about manifesto. Mr. Alanchaman on the manifesto na deba or the plan. Because Omambia knew a way to inform because of manifesto. you need a plan to develop. And we departed from what the two parties are doing. He has put forward a plan which will be launched very soon. The plan is already out there, a public document. In the plan, watch how we fix Ghana's economy. The most important thing for us to do is to fix this economy first, because every other promise will depend on the economy. Watch how to fix the economy, the macroeconomic environment, to make it sound, inflation, interest rate, and debt sustainability. Watch point A, B, C, D, how to fix it. Watch how we use agriculture, any industrialization to transform this country, to create jobs. Unim say, obi promise say, may be biama or china. As I will be someone say, and then away, because what you did yesterday will make somebody believe what you promised to do tomorrow. But what in American I say, we are talking about Mr. Lanchamanton, a man, a quenya winner on a babum yinano or excel. In fact, Evans, many people in Kofobe brain him Sasamui. In 1994, me more some scenario. In 1994, Abra Mr. Mandela, Umwinifi prison, our president of South Africa for the first time. No? And the South Africa economy, no, it favored the whites. Until Mr. Mandela, no, here advice as to how to restructure the South Africa economy, no, to favor the blacks, to create jobs, enterprises. So he invited experts from around the world. Evans would hear me, experts from around the world. Experts, you know, or invite them, they are less than 10. One of them was a 38 years old, if you like, a young man from Ghana. His name is Alan Kojo-Chiramatin. When Mr. Alan Chiramatin was 38 years, he was invited as one of the experts to advise Mandela on how to restructure South Africa's economy. I'm telling you, somebody, even at that age, at that time, the whole world recognized there's a black man in Africa. When it comes to economy, any management, any development, the same person, an African, job boom back. nkansah, UN, any AU, United Nations, African Union, Omoban, who say, this is what we want you to do. We want to have one common market in the whole of Africa. Mr. Alan Chiramatin was the person who was given the job to create the biggest economic project in Africa, which is the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. The black man did it. He is from Ghana. His name is Mr. Alan Chiramatin. He's done a lot. People say, Mr. Alan Chiramatin, when you son your men, I didn't know when to me, I'm born and I go for the month, it's a Ghana economy. The difference is this. Mr. Alan Chiramatin or create or nkansah or didn't say one district, one factory policy. No, we share MPP manifesto. Na partner ton sa policy ma Ghana for. Na Ghana for trouble more partner. Evans, one district, one factory. Minister for Trade and Industry. President's office. Which of the two should one district, one factory should go? Pocho, Evans, as someone say question, what's here?
Ethiopia.
Me say Mr. Alan Chiramatin no cho policy no. Party winning power no. One district, one factory no. Omo share presidency for 3 years. Ministry of Trade and Industry because of internal politics. Because how can you obia nkansah policy or you expert in industrialization, enterprise development, and now watch your policy? Now they are acquiring votes. Now we win the power. Now one father now question the ministry, and that's the only ministry is supposed to be, Ministry of Trade and Industry, one district, one factory. And the question presidency for the first 3 years in the Nado's administration. Honorable Gifty Ohini Kunedu was the one in charge in the office of the president. Short time on look at the factories he was able to create. He was a minister. He was appointee. So your president will be chairman Okay. Mr. Alan Chiramatin's term for the first 6 years, or your minister. Check the record. Ghana recorded trade surplus for 6 consecutive years. Check the record. Before that, a recorded negative, which is deficit. For the first 6 years as a minister, even before he left, Ghana recorded trade surplus throughout. And I'm saying that this is the man who also drafted and wrote the policy for automotive Ghana automotive development. And then in the assemble cars for Ghana. 6th March, the president displayed all the cars to Ghanaians. All these cars are being assembled in Ghana. Who wrote that policy? Mr. Alan Chamantin wrote it and led the team.
Okay.
And so we are talking about somebody why you be paying. Or say, so Makonya, but the plan at all. This is the plan, blueprint, roadmap. I want to use this to develop Ghana. No other person has been able to provide a roadmap. They have formed committees to come up with manifestos, which is only promises. A map, a plan gives you a promise and tells you how about achieving the promise. That is what Mr. Nchamanten does. That's why I'm saying that if you remove all their political party colors, so as individuals, Mr. Mahama, Alhaji Biaoma, none of them comes close to Mr. Nchamanten's record. And that is why Ghanaians must vote for him to be the next president.